welcome back. Welcome to this week. We are obviously back on the road again, because that's pretty much what we do, is drive and see places. We spent the last couple of days parked up in Tarfaya, which is somewhere we stopped on our way down south. Those of you who watched all our videos may remember it. It's famous because two reasons really. It's a former Spanish colony, and Anton de Saint-Exupéry, who wrote The Little Prince, was based there for a couple of years, so that put it on the map. It also had, or still has, a port. There used to be a ferry from the Canary Islands over until that ferry ran aground. So we spent a couple of days there, and now we are making our way north. First stop is going to be Tantan, or at least that's our heading, and then we're going to head inland, probably some tracks and off-road routes, getting away from tarmac and really beginning to explore some more into the interior of Morocco. Today we are setting off from Tantan plage. We stayed in a campsite last night. It's one that we were in a few weeks back after we'd done that Dune Blanche drive, the off-road track. However, we are on our way. We have plotted a route. We are going to Icht, which is a cave village, but it's about 350 kilometers away. And so we have plotted a 350 kilometer route that is kind of off-road. We're getting away from pavement, away from tarmac as much as we can. And we are it's probably gonna take us 2 or 3 days, I guess, of mixed road and off-road. A lot of it like this. So we've just dropped BB's tire pressures because, you know, once you get off the tarmac, we don't need them super soft because this is still quite firm ground, but it's just a bit more comfortable if you take the tyre pressures down a little bit. So they've come down a bit from our road pressures, and we'll see how we get on.
First time in an oasis.
Midnight at the oasis. Put your camel to bed.
Or donkey.
Donkey. Child. Put your child to bed. There's a better idea.
Better idea.
Oh yeah. Put your child to bed.
Yeah, so I'm quite impressed with this little oasis. I mean, it's not even little actually, it's quite big. You can see why they graze all of their sheep and goats and donkeys, some wild donkeys. Well, they're not wild, but yeah, it's beautiful, really beautiful. Yeah.
Just in the middle of nowhere, because 50 meters that way, it's desert again. Yep. If I turn around, look, up here, it's desert, and behind us this way, also desert, just arid, dry, rocky nothingness. Same over that way, just a big old patch of greenery sprung up from some water. Well, good morning from a grey, overcast, slightly drizzly hilltop. It's been a really quiet night, although there's been a bit of a breeze. Not super windy like we've had, but certainly breezy. But then we did kind of park up high. In the last 2 days of driving, we've done a grand total of 100 kilometers. So we kind of need to get a bit of a wriggle on today. Well, we've just stopped for lunch. We've had quite good progress this morning, actually, as far as this track has been going. We've actually done about 35 kilometers since our overnight park up, and we've got into this spectacular location. We found some sun and some blue sky, so that's really good. And we decided to stop for lunch, and we have a bit of a visitor. See if I can a little bit of a view of our visitor. Here he is. Just wandered on over to say hello. Would you look at that? Ships of the desert. Right, well, it's Friday about, I don't know, what time is it? 4 o'clock nearly, and we have stopped for the day. We are rapidly coming to the conclusion that actually we don't really want to be driving beyond 4 o'clock. We've known this before, we've never really put it into practice, but it's something that we are going to be trying more fervently to do from now on. We've stopped pretty much in the middle of nowhere. We have done the grand total of 70 kilometers today. The tarmac that we had to begin with ran out much quicker than we thought it would. We had a bit of fun mountain pass where right at the top of the pass they seemingly decided to stop putting tarmac there, and it was very narrow and there was a lot of rock falls, so we picked our way through there, and then we came down the other side. Tarmac started again. A few kilometers after that we were back off-road onto the tracks, and we have found ourselves in this middle of nowhere spot. Pretty beautiful place to stop for the night.
It's Saturday morning and we are heading off from our beautiful spot that we parked at last night, literally in the middle of nowhere. I think this is actually probably the most remotest we've been, which is fantastic. So as Dave mentioned before, we've only done about 70 kilometers yesterday, which means today we've got to do a bigger push potentially, probably about 80 kilometers. But it's going to be, we think, largely off-road, so going to be a bit bumpy, a bit slow, but we'll see how we go. We're trying to get to Assa today. That's Assa, let alone Icht. Yeah, we'll work that one out later. But yeah, we'll press on, put our foot down as much as we can off-road and see how we go.
Right then, sports fans, guess where we're not? Where are we not?
Assa.
That's it, we are not in Assa.
We're not even in Icht. We've not made it quite as far as we thought we would today to Assa. We've done about 38k, I think, of the 80 that we'd hoped we might do. Honestly, we really need to get better at judging how far we're going to travel in a day, don't we? Yeah, but to be fair, we've had quite a tricky terrain today. It's been all off-road. We did think we thought we'd have a little bit of road, but nope, no such luck. So we've had quite varied terrain.
I say no such luck. The off-road's been quite nice, hasn't it?
It's been awesome, don't get me wrong. Yeah, we've loved it. Absolutely loved it. And we've had quite varied. We've had dry, waddies, is that what they're called?
Wads.
Stone deserts, we've had sand deserts, we've had dry, obviously very dry, because there's not much rain here at the minute. Riverbeds.
We started in the Oasis.
We did.
The Oasis was the first place on this route.
That was one of my favourites, I think.
That was
Lovely
really nice.
donkeys,
We are actually, just to put this in, we're about 230k, I think, of this track that we've done, of which, I don't know, probably the majority of it's been off-road.
Yeah.
Which has been amazing. We've been...
That's what we wanted as well.
Yeah, we've hardly seen anybody. We've seen...
Few people.
Well, a couple of, we saw a couple of people, was it yesterday? Day before?
Yesterday, yeah. Up in the mountains. It was quite rainy, drizzly. I say. We did have rain and drizzle.
And fog. We had fog at the top of a mountain when the road ended, and it just became a rockfall.
So yeah, we'd parked up in our lovely little mountainous spot, and we went for a little wander to stretch our legs, and next minute we see this puff of dust and dirt bombing down the hill towards us. Oh. And it was a Toyota, what was it?
Yeah, it was a Toyota something or other. Pretty well set up, had track boards, looked for all the world like they were overlanders or out 4x4ing. They weren't. They were local, seemingly nomads from a camp that we could see maybe 5 kilometres away.
Coming to check how we were, which was nice.
Yeah, come say hello. Didn't speak English.
No.
Didn't speak French.
Our Arabic is embarrassingly not as good as it should be by now. We know the basics, but not.
Handful of words, enough to say hello and thank you. And
but they came over and they were speaking to Chat and to Dave, and they asked if we had any whiskey.
their English was enough to ask if we had whiskey.
Yeah.
Amazing. I'm beginning to think that maybe whiskey and fuck off are probably the most international words from English. They've gone round the world. They can tell you to fuck off and they can ask for whiskey.
Or they can ask you what football team you support. That's
Football team, of course. How did I forget the football teams?
That's
Yes.
a good one. Yeah, but all in all, lovely guys. We obviously said we don't have any because we don't. And
We do not have whiskey. They'd have been welcome to it if we did, because we really hate it.
Yeah. And they just, turned around and went, all right, bon voyage, and they trundled back off. I say trundled, they absolutely bombed back up the hill. Like literally, BB would have just...
They probably saw us crawling through the landscape going, what the hell are these guys doing?
Yeah.
Hello, let's go and show them how to go fast.
This is how you do it. And I was quite impressed. Anyway, so they just went back up to their little nomad camp, and that was that.
We met a couple in the Oasis as well, didn't we?
Oh, we did, yeah.
Yeah, it was a couple who just wanted pictures with Isla.
Yeah.
Couldn't give two hoots about us.
Secret weapon.
A couple of pictures with Isla, and they were happy.
Child.
It was amazing.
Yeah, secret weapon, just get a child.
So, there we go.
It's been camels and donkeys, really, hasn't it?
Camels are mostly camels.
Yeah.
Only the odd donkey.
And a random stray cat.
Random stray cat that found us at the same place as the blokes with the whiskey, in fact.
We think the nomad sent her there.
Yeah.
Just double check that we had no whiskey.
We gave her some food.
Yeah.
She was very pleased about that. And then she woke us up at about 4 in the morning, meowing frantically under the truck. But that was all good. We forgave her because she was super cute.
She was, indeed.
So that's it, really. I guess we'll be getting to Icht
Some point this century.
and Mazuga. God knows how long it's going to take us to get there. But it's all part of the fun, isn't it?
Part of the journey.
It's not about where you're getting to. It's about the journey you take getting there.
Exactly.
And you've got to enjoy every day, not be focused on where you want to get to or what you want to see. Just appreciate what's in front of you at each time.
Be present.
Be present,
as they say.
in the now.
Yeah.
And that's it. And that's where we're going to end it today. We're not even going to have this week in numbers because, well, we've already told you we've done about 230 kilometres.
Haven't really done enough.
Off-road.
There's your week in numbers, 230 kilometres. Yeah.
And maybe rock falls. What do we had? 3 rock falls?
3 rock falls, yeah.
Hairpins, quite a few hairpins when we were on the road. So there were some pretty cool hairpins.
Very cool hairpins to drive. I
else
very
have we
much
done?
enjoyed that.
Solar, not much solar because we had 2 or 3 days of drizzle.
The part we're absolutely ripping it in at the minute because
Yeah.
it's stonking
It was
hot.
one good reason to get to Asa was because blue skies and more solar. So we've had that.
And I've not broken anything.
Still nothing broken.
Yet.
That f-stop wraps still doing its job.
Oh yeah.
There we go. So join us next week and see if we actually ever get to Asa or whether we're just destined to spend the next
Week
months
roaming the desert.
just aimlessly bimbling around in the middle of nowhere.
Which would also be very cool.
It would also be very cool. But we do want to get somewhere eventually. So join us next week, see where we get to. Bye for now.
See you later. Let me do one more. I need my producer. I'm the boss, actually. Dave just doesn't realise it.